Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. I've got an interesting video for you today. We're going to talk about a couple offerings from Olight. On the left here, we're going to start off with the Warrior X Pro, and on the right, we're going to talk about its replacement, the Warrior X3. Both of these lights are very similar, but there are differences, and I'm going to talk about those differences in this video today. So starting off with the retail price, assuming both of these lights are black in color, the Warrior X Pro comes in at $119. The Warrior X3 retail for black is $129. So $10 more. Now both of these lights have a low and a high. So low on the Warrior X Pro is 300 lumens for 8 hours, and that is identical on the Warrior X3. Exactly the same, 300 lumens for 8 hours of runtime. Now when we go up to high, we are dealing with 2100 lumens for 2 minutes, and then it steps down to 1000 lumens for 100 minutes. That's 1.66 hours. And then it has a final step down to low of 300 lumens for an additional 23 minutes. Now the Warrior X3 starts at 2500 lumens, so we get 400 lumens brighter, and we get 2.5 minutes of runtime before step down. So that's a huge improvement. We get 30 more seconds at 2500 lumens. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in the flashlight world, that's a lot. Then it steps down to the exact same 1000 lumens, but it stays at 1000 for a longer period of time. 29 more minutes to be exact. So we get 129 minutes at 1000 lumens. That's 2.15 hours, and then it does do another final step down just like this one, down to low, 300 lumens for an additional 13 minutes. So I got to go with the Warrior X3. That is a definite gain on high. Now, let's talk about distance of throw. The 2100 lumen Warrior X Pro puts out 500 meters of throw. The Warrior X3, they've upped the throw to 560 meters. So we're gaining 60 meters of throw out of this new flashlight. Now, if we want to talk about candela ratings, we're dealing with 62,500 candela on the Warrior X Pro, and they bumped that up to 78,000 candela on the Warrior X3. Now, both of these lights are IPX8 waterproof down to 2 meters, so it is a wash on IPX8ness, but I gotta go with the Warrior X Pro on impact resistance, 3 meters of impact resistance. The Warrior X3, they've dropped that down from 3 meters down to 2 meters. I'm a little disappointed about that. I wish they would have kept that rating on this new light. They were going good with this, so I got to go with the Warrior X Pro on that. Now let's talk about the length of the lights. They're very close, but there is a difference. 149 millimeters or 5.87 inches on the Warrior X Pro, and the Warrior X3 just a tiny bit longer, 149.5 millimeters or 5.89 inches in length. So I got to go with the Warrior X Pro on the length. It's slightly shorter. Now the bezel diameter is identical. They are 39 millimeters or 1.54 inches. That is, again, the bezel diameter. And let's talk about the weight of the lights. We are dealing with 239 grams or 8.43 ounces. Now the Warrior X3 is slightly heavier, 255 grams or 8.99 ounces. Now these weights are with the battery, and the reason the new Warrior X3 is a little bit heavier is because they include this finger ring. Okay, now they have the silicone and they also have this hard finger ring. That's why that thing is a little bit heavier. Now another thing, a detail that I want to talk about is the tail cap switches are a little different. They have the magnetic charging and they can use a pressure switch to mount them to a rifle. But on the Warrior X3, they've put this little groove right here which lets you use a lockable magnetic pressure switch connection. So once you lock that in, you're set. Now right here, we're looking at the lens and the strike bezel. You can see that the Warrior X Pro has 5 little raised areas on the strike bezel. But on the Warrior X3, they knocked that down to 3, which I like a little bit better, and they added these little dots here. Those little circles are zirconium, little balls, and they're put into the strike bezel. So in the event of an emergency where you need to break glass, maybe to get out of a vehicle or something like that, you can use this strike bezel as a glass breaker. So it's a very cool change that they did on this new strike bezel. I got to go with the Warrior X3 on that. Anytime you can use it as a emergency tool to get out of a broken vehicle or something like that. Maybe you're in a car accident, you can grab that flashlight and get your way out of that vehicle by breaking the glass. So I got to go with the Warrior X3. So folks, that's about all I have for you today in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye for now.